Top 5 Zelda characters that need to return in future Zelda games, maybe even Breath of the Wild 2. First off, let me know in the comments below, what character or race do you want to return in a future Zelda game, and what would that game be like? So in this video, that is exactly what we're going to be doing, talking about my top 5 characters that I would like to return because I either just really love them or I think they have a good potential to actually explore them in a future game. So let's get into it. The Uka, the Oka, the Okako, I have no idea. Someone please tell me how to pronounce that in the comments below, because I have no idea. But anyway, this race appeared only in Twilight Princess, and they were the sky people who prospered long before the Hylians, and they were super intelligent and achieved advancements in tech and magics. They spoke a sky language that was separate from Hylian or other tongues that we know about in the Zelda lore and history, but even the Sheikah tell stories of them guiding messengers. So I just think this is a race that we really don't know a lot about, but they have a lot of potential to explore, you know, like if the Sheikah, you know, for how advanced they are, especially when we see them, you know, in Breath of the Wild, like for how advanced and everything they are, for them to say that, you know, that the Uka or whatever, you know, that these bird-like creatures, you know, are also advanced, like it would be cool to kind of see what they could do there. And also, they are just so interesting, just their way they look. They just always just looked so weird to me and didn't make a lot of sense, but so it would just be cool if we got a new game where they could probably even have like different versions of them, you know, so they don't all just look, you know, pretty much the same. So kind of like what they did with the, you know, Zora people in Breath of the Wild. You know, we had different colors and shapes and different versions like of fish that some kind of looked like sharks. So it'd be cool if they did something here, you know, with the Uka. So Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game ever, still today, and if you watched my Breath of the Wild 2 theory video, I actually think Majora's Mask and possibly even the Happy Mask Salesman are going to appear in Breath of the Wild 2. But the origins of Majora's Mask and the Happy Mask Salesman have always been kind of shrouded in mystery. So Majora's Mask obviously is only in that game, but the Happy Mask Salesman also appeared in Ocarina of Time. And these masks granted, you know, special powers and everything in Majora's Mask, and they all had their own history to it. But the origins of Majora's Mask, we don't really know, and the Happy Mask Salesman must have gone through so much trouble to get it. So it would be cool in a future game if we could learn more about where, you know, Majora's Mask came from, or learn more about how the Happy Mask Salesman actually, you know, discovered it, because it looked kind of similar to maybe like the Zonai, so it could be related to them, but I'm not really sure. I just think it's a cool concept that we need to explore further. So the Garo only really appear in Majora's Mask, although when I was making this video and doing my research, I actually learned that the Poe Collector in Ocarina of Time is actually also a Garo, so I did not know that, so pretty cool. But really, there's a lot of lore behind this race in Zelda, and I think it leaves a lot of opportunity to, you know, explore and expand upon that. They were spies sent to investigate the Ocarina Kingdom in Majora's Mask and infiltrate the royal family. So Pamela's father even says he thinks that they are empty shells animated by willpower, although they do appear to be human-like. But these guys always just interested me so much, and just the whole history between like the Ocarina and the Garo, just like in the war and everything that took place, and Stone Tower Temple and all of that like history there, I think is so cool. And I really wish that we could learn more about what happened there, and it would be cool like in a future Zelda game if we could like live during that time and just kind of see like what happened. So I think this would be a really cool race to bring back to the Zelda series. So Limebeck, what can I say? I can never have enough Limebeck. I don't know, I just love him so much, and you know, he only appeared in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. So basically though, he helped Link on his adventure by being afraid of everything and then taking all the credit when Link would do it for him. So yeah, he was very arrogant and just goofy because of how weak he was, and he, would provide some comical relief in times of stress. So I just really loved him so much as a character. I'm not sure like really what they could do like in a future game with him, but just to have him again like back as like a companion, like if we get another game where we get to sail on an ocean or something, or just sail in general, it would be cool if he was around. I just really love him so much. So Ezlo and the Minish, or Picori, appeared in Minish Cap, and before we had like that Zelda timeline, this was the game that I thought took place first because it was, where Link kind of gets his hat, because of Ezlo. But this game is so critically underrated to me, and it's actually one of my favorite Zelda games like ever made. The Minish are one of the most interesting and unexplored races in Zelda with tons of potential. I think Ezlo is the reason that legends speak of the hero, wearing a green hat. Despite the fact that you have one in Skyward Sword, I think that is more of like a cosmetic thing, because I really think like this is the game where like that kind of got passed down, like the hero wearing a green hat. And the Minish though just are so interesting as a race. They secretly aid all the Hylians, and they stay especially close to the royal family. They're super small, about the size of a thumb, and they've just always kind of been around in the backgrounds without people knowing. And it's sad that actually only children can see them. So long ago they granted a golden light and a single blade, which was called the Four Sword or White Sword, to a hero, which is separate from the Master Sword. This sword allowed, Link to infuse it with different elements and actually split himself. So we've seen that in different games in the Zelda series. But to me, I just really think like the Minish in general would be a really cool race to see. Like, for example, think about like Breath of the Wild. Like, what if the Minish were in that game? Like, that map is huge, so if we were able to like shrink down and explore, Hyrule in Breath of the Wild, like as a Minish, that would be crazy. So like that mechanic in this game worked so well because you could miniaturize yourself to get into different dungeons, see the Minish village, and then actually in the overworld you could kind of minimize yourself on these stumps so that you could walk through little passages and hop on lily pads and things. So it's just a really cool mechanic, and I think this race, there's so much more that they can explore here. It's one of the earlier races, I think, in the Zelda timeline, so it's kind of weird, like we haven't seen them around since, this game, which I think Minish Cap came out in like 2003 or 4 or something like that, so it's been a while. I really think it would be cool to see them again, or even just Ezlo again. He was like like him and Vady were these sorcerers, so it would be cool if they came back. Maybe Vady could come back as a villain again, and Ezlo could aid you. I just think there's a lot they could do here, and I would love to like explore some of these like dungeons and things again, like as a miniaturized Link. I just think it's a cool concept. I know this is a top 5 list, but whatever, it's my list. I don't care. I have one more. I gotta say, I really want to see Tetra and just the whole pirate crew back again in another game. They only appeared in Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass, and they are, I think, at least Tetra is like one of the most beloved characters in the Zelda franchise. She appears in Smash, Hyrule Warriors, and she's best known for her bossy nature and just providing some comical interactions with Link. She helped found the new Hyrule after Wind Waker when, the king flooded everything. So, and also Nico was like that scrappy crew member who was always at odds with Link and kind of trained him to be a pirate in Wind Waker. And he also appears as, a grandpa in Spirit Tracks, and he's also in Phantom Hourglass and all this stuff. So I just really liked him as well. And even if Tetra doesn't return, I just want like another Zelda character again, like with her personality. I just think like her and Link worked so well together, like in Wind Waker, just their banter and everything. Like when she shoots Link out of a cannon into the Forsaken Fortress in Wind Waker. That's just like one of my favorite scenes like in Zelda like ever. And I just think they're just such a good team, I'd love to see that personality again, like between Link and Zelda in a future game. And I think with Breath of the Wild 2, we do see Zelda and Link kind of traveling together, so maybe Zelda will be a little bit tougher in this game. So I don't know, I really want to see her again. There are so many races and characters just in Zelda because it's such an old franchise. It's been around for, 30 plus years, and so I really want to know like what you guys think. Like, what character or race do you want to see in a future Zelda game, and maybe how would they work? Like, would they be, just kind of there, or would they be more integral to the story? I'm really curious like what you guys think and what your ideas are. So let me know in the comments below. And yeah, okay, bye.